Hi guys! We're going to start a new chapter book today called The Chicken Squad. This one is called The First Misadventure. This is a series that Doreen Cronin has written. She's also the author of the Click Clack Moo Cows That Type books. So that's the same author. So let's start reading and see what is going to happen with these chickens. Introductions. Welcome to the yard. Meet the Chicken Squad. 4 fuzzy little chicks who should fill their days pecking chicken feed and chasing bugs, but instead spend most of their time looking for trouble and finding it. My job is to pull them out of it. My name's J.J. Tully, retired search and rescue dog. 7 years on the job, 2 years in the yard. Keep your eye on these 4. Oh boy. Interesting. Sounds like a bunch of troublemakers. Dirt. Short, yellow, fuzzy. Real name, Peep. Specialty, foreign languages, math, colors, computer codes. Sugar, short, yellow, fuzzy. Real name, Little Boo. Specialty, breaking and entering and interrupting. Poppy, short, yellow, fuzzy. Real name, Poppy. Specialty, watching the shoe. We'll explain later. Sweetie, short, yellow, fuzzy. Real name, Sweet Coconut Louise. Specialty, none that I can see. Here's the thing. I can't watch them all the time. I have dog stuff to do. Keep your eyes on them for a while, will you? I'm just gonna settle down and take a little nap. Wake me if they get into any trouble. Well, big trouble. I'm sure you can handle a little trouble on your own. Chapter 1. Help! Help! A squirrel came barreling into the chicken coop. He was out of breath and in a panic. There is something big and scary in the yard, gasped the squirrel. It's after me. Describe it for me, said Sugar. She pulled her notepad out of the old shoe. Is that the next page? I guess it is. It's big and scary, said the squirrel. It's big and it's scary. Big and scary is not going to cut it, said Sugar. Lots of things are big and scary, kid. My mom is big and scary. Try again. It's enormous and frightening, said Squirrel. Sugar put her pencil down. Better. Keep going. It's huge and terrifying, cried the squirrel. Much better, Tail, said Sugar. She checked her notes. Big and scary, enormous and frightening, huge and terrifying. Maybe I can help, said Dirt. She took out her sketch pad. What shape was it? Asked Dirt. It was big, answered the squirrel. Big is not a shape, sighed Sugar. She put her notebook down. You've got a good vocabulary, kid, but your poor shape knowledge means I can't respect you. You should go now. Hold on, Sugar, said Dirt. Let's figure this out. Let's start from the beginning. It's enormous, snapped the squirrel. He was starting to get grumpy. I thought you said it was big, said Sugar. Maybe I can give it a try, said Dirt. Is it bigger than a house? Well, no, said the squirrel. Is it bigger than the chicken coop? Asked Dirt. Well, no, answered the squirrel. Is it bigger than you? Asked Dirt. I am a brave squirrel. Of course it's bigger than me, said the squirrel. Why would I be afraid of something if it wasn't bigger than me? Lots of people are afraid of things that are smaller than they are, said Dirt. Well, not me, said the squirrel. I'm only afraid of one thing, and it's big and scary, and it came out of nowhere, and it's out there waiting for me. I think we need JJ on this case, said Sugar. He knows the yard like the back of his paw. I'm going to run over there and ask him to join us. Not the dog, yelled the squirrel. Not the dog, not the dog. What's your beef with the dog, Tail? Asked Sugar. He's big and scary, answered the squirrel. Sugar had a hunch. Fine, I'm just going to run outside and grab a shovel, she announced. I'll be right back. Not the shovel, said Tail. Not the shovel, not the shovel. What's your beef with the shovel? Asked Sugar. It's big and scary, said the squirrel. I give up, Tail, said Sugar. Sounds to me like you're afraid of everything in the yard. Now get out of here and call me when you have a real problem. Sugar made a last note on her pad. Big and scary, enormous and frightening, huge and terrifying, never mind. Just then a dark figure appeared in the doorway and cast a shadow over Dirt, Sugar, and Tail. Everything okay in here? Asked a deep, gruff voice. Tail's eyes went wide, his face went pale, and he hit the floor. Chapter 2. How was I supposed to know the twitchy squirrel was going to faint? I mean, sure, sometimes I chase him around the yard. Big deal. You'd do the same thing if you were a dog, especially if you were bored out of your mind and had nothing to read. So, yeah, the squirrel took one look at my mug and fainted. Like I mentioned, it's my job to keep the chicken squad and their mom, Moosh, safe and sound. I saw the squirrel walking into the chicken coop that afternoon, and I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't check it out. Moosh saw it too. She wouldn't be doing her job if she didn't check it out either. But Moosh and I have both been around long enough to know that squirrels are never up to anything good. Now look what you did, JJ, said Sugar, frowning at the squirrels stretched out on the floor. She did not look pleased. Poppy and Sweetie jumped out of the shoe to get a closer look. It's so soft, said Sweetie. Can we keep it? Dead squirrels are boring, said Poppy. I'll be in the shoe if you need me. Moosh burst into the coop, looked down at the squirrel, and rolled her eyes. I'll handle it, she said. So there was only one thing left for me to do. Go back to sleep. Chapter 3. I hope that's not what I think it is, said Moosh. What do you think it is? Asked Dirt. A dead squirrel in my living room, she answered. The squirrel's not dead, Mom, said Sugar. He just fainted. How can you be so sure? Asked Moosh. He looks dead to me. Dead things smell bad, answered Sugar. He just smells like squirrel. Moosh stepped right over the squirrel and walked to the old shoe. She plucked out Poppy by the scruff of his neck and then dropped him on the floor. You are starting to smell like dirty feet, she said. Time for a bath. Then she asked Sugar and Dirt, what's he doing here anyway? He claims there's something big and scary in the yard, said Sugar. Typical squirrel, said Moosh. The squirrel started to moan and twitch. Sounds like he's coming around, said Moosh out of the side of her beak. Drag him outside. He smells bad. Oh, and that's the last of our, let me just see if we can read one more chapter. Oh, we still have time. That's 8 minutes. We'll read one more. Chapter 4. You are one delicate squirrel, Sugar remarked. Tail was awake, but his eyes were wide and his color was not good. What would you call that particular shade of gray, Dirt? Asked Sugar. We've got more important things to do here, Sugar, said Dirt. She studied the squirrel. No, we don't, said Sugar. You're probably right. Dirt put her sketch pad down and took out her big box of crayons. It's a cross between Timberwolf gray and Manatee gray. It's definitely not regular gray. More like, I think I may pass out again gray. Why don't we call it Scaredy Squirrel Gray, said Sugar. I like it, said Dirt. Perfect, said Sugar. Now let's get back to business. Is the dog gone? Asked Tail. His whole body twitched. Is the dog gone? Is the dog gone? Listen, kid, said Sugar. JJ doesn't want to catch you. He is never going to catch you. If he wanted to catch you, he would have caught you already and tossed you over the fence like an old sock. He just chases you for fun. I don't believe you, said Tail. Suit yourself, said Sugar. No skin off my teeth if you spend the rest of your life looking over your shoulder. Was the big and scary thing a rhombus? Asked Dirt. Her sketch pad was in her hands again. Tail here doesn't know a circle from a triangle, and you're going to start with a rhombus? Do you know what a rhombus is, Sugar? Asked Dirt. No, said Sugar, and I don't want to know. A rhombus looks like this. Dirt drew a diamond on her sketch pad. I am a brave squirrel, Tail repeated. Brave squirrels are not afraid of diamonds. Okay, said Dirt. How about a triangle? She did a quick sketch and showed it to Tail. Could be, said Tail. Maybe. I'm not sure. Follow me, kid, said Sugar, walking back to the coop. Hey, Sweetie, called Sugar. Come on out here. Sweetie popped her head out of the shoe. She was eating a carrot. Did the big and scary thing look like that? Asked Sugar. Big and scary things are not shaped like carrots, said Tail. Not the carrot, kid, said Sugar. Sweetie's got a weird triangle head. Did it look like that? No, definitely not, said the squirrel. This is going to take all day, said Sugar. Maybe Tail here can go to squirrel kindergarten, learn some shapes, and then get back to us. Don't we have anything better to do? Not really, answered Dirt. She drew something else. How about this? The squirrel tried to scream, but fainted before he got it out of his mouth. Nice work, Dirt, said Sugar. So the big and scary thing in the yard is a circle, said Dirt, tapping her sketch pad with her pencil. Interesting. So Tail is either afraid of the bird bath or the blow-up pool, announced Sugar. She looked down at her notes. Nervous squirrel with good vocabulary and poor shape skills is terrified of something round in the yard. Also, Dirt discovers a new shade of gray. Can we please do something about the dead squirrel in the living room? Asked Moosh. She deposited a clean-smelling poppy just inside the chicken coop and then headed back out the door. If it's still here when I get back from my gardening, I'm going to make a rug out of it. And that's the end of chapter 4. That's really funny. I like those characters. I love it. And we'll read some more tomorrow, more of the Chicken Squad, and I will see you then. Bye-bye.